What's up, my fellow sinners, my fellow heathens? This is The Raging Atheist, and I'm your boy Nakasuchi, and today I want to combat the propaganda that Christians are adopting, trying to take science and they're trying to say that it proves their God. Here, check this out.
Here's the question. Has science discovered God?
So there you have it. This whole video that I watched was Christian propaganda trying to turn science, what we've discovered in the last 20 to 30 years, and turn it and twist it to fit the definition that what they've been saying all along is true. And before we even get into it, let's just talk about what they've been saying. They've been saying that their God Yahweh created the stars, created the sun and the earth first. That's what they've always said, right? You know, that's what it says in Genesis, is that he created the sun and the earth. It doesn't say he created the universe. It says the sun and the earth. That's what they've been preaching, and that's what he's going to try to dismiss without dismissing it throughout this whole video. And he's going to try to say that science is saying what he's saying. No, science is saying something completely different, and I am here to point it out for you. So let's get into it.
Well, new and more powerful telescopes have unlocked mysteries about our universe never before revealed, giving us amazing new scientific insight into the origin of life.
And he's exactly right. Telescopes have given us more insight, and they've gotten more and more powerful, and they have provided so much scientific information that we've never had before. But one of those telescopes is the Hubble telescope, and he's going to speak about the Hubble telescope. So the Hubble telescope is something that right-wingers have tried to defund and have successfully defunded over the past 20 years. The Hubble telescope is something that Christians have spent the last 20 years demonizing and trying to dismiss every little piece of information that we've gathered about our galaxy and our universe.
Well, this discovery, along with what molecular biologists have learned about the sophisticated coding within DNA, have many scientists now admitting that the universe and life itself appear to be part of a grand design.
And here we are. We've all heard this argument now. The universe is designed. There's a design to DNA, and that's proof of God, right? That's proof of God when it's not proof of God. Proof of God would be God appearing before me right now, or God appearing on CNN live and being like, yo, what up? Been gone a while, but I'm back. That's proof of God. You know, theories about why there's design in the universe, theories about why DNA is so designed, is not proof of anything. And that's just before we even get started and before we even get into the meat of it. I'm just saying, proof is proof. Proof is God being like, what up, yo? Not DNA.
Well, there are 3 revolutionary discoveries from the fields of astronomy and molecular biology that really stand out. 1, the universe had a beginning. 2, the universe is just right for life. And 3, DNA coding reveals intelligence.
All right. So we're going to talk about these 3 things, but before we talk about these 3 things, let's get it out of the way. These 3 things are not proof that what you've been saying all along are accurate at all. They're just not. They're not proof of that at all. All they're proof of is the 3 things you're going to be talking about. If there's even proof of these 3 things. But we'll get into that. How is this proof that Yahweh is up on that cloud watching us masturbate?
The universe had a one-time beginning. Since the dawn of civilization, man has gazed in awe at the stars, wondering what they are and how they got there. Although on a clear night the unaided human eye can see only about 6,000 stars, Hubble and other powerful telescopes reveal there are a billion trillion stars clustered in over 100 billion galaxies.
And holy shit, how would that have blown the minds of Christians, 150 years ago, 100 years ago? Would that have blown the minds that this universe wasn't like the only one that existed? yes, it would have blown their fucking minds, because they thought that God made, or this galaxy, like, just the fact that this galaxy wasn't the only galaxy existed, but in fact there's 100 trillion billion, however crazy number that there actually is, and they tell you, 150 years ago, maybe even 100 years ago, maybe sooner than that, that this was the only galaxy, that God created this place for us. This was our place. God created Earth and the sun and this paradise for human beings, which are so awesome if they white.
The logical conclusion was like the proverbial elephant in the room, namely that something or someone beyond scientific investigation must have started it all.
Why? Why is that the logical conclusion? Maybe that's the logical conclusion of some scientists. I don't think it's the logical conclusion of most scientists, but let's say it is the logical conclusion that some intelligence created the universe. That still isn't proof that what you've been fucking saying is right. What you've been fucking saying is that God created the universe, 6,000 years ago? That ain't right. That ain't right at all. And he didn't create this galaxy first. This galaxy's relatively new. The universe is what? No, but I don't even think we know how old the universe is, but we know that our galaxy is only like 200 billion years old. So, yeah, God didn't create this place first. So how is this proof? How is the logical conclusion that the bullshit you've been spitting for the last 2,000 years is accurate?
Then finally, 1992, the Kobe satellite experiments proved that the universe really did have a one-time beginning in an incredible flash of light and energy. Although some scientists called it the moment of creation, most preferred referring to it as the Big Bang.
Wait, what? Christians are now accepting that we have proven that the Big Bang has happened? I remember them being outraged when Neil deGrasse Tyson told them that the Big Bang had been proven. So why were you outraged and now you're accepting it? Now you're accepting it because you're going to figure out maybe a way to twist it into a way to make it real for you, to make your God exist for you. And I actually applaud you doing that. You're finding creative ways, because this actually proves he doesn't. Okay, see, because from those light images that we had, guess what? We didn't have Yahweh there saying, "Let there be light." Now, the idea of some super intelligence, we'll get into that. But this is bullshit.
Science is unable to tell us what or who caused the universe to begin, but some believe it clearly points to a creator.
Notice how he's saying creator there, not Yahweh. Not the father of the Christian God Jesus. He's saying creator, and we're gonna get into that. I keep promising, but we're gonna get into that. But yeah, so maybe some scientists do believe that. Maybe some scientists have reached that conclusion. Not all scientists have. See, that is a conclusion based on speculation. There is no way for us to ever prove what happened at the beginning of time itself. There's actually no way to prove that the Big Bang created this universe. There's no way to prove that. We don't know what happened before the Big Bang. And we don't know that there was nothing there before the Big Bang. All we know is that the Big Bang happened just like we predicted, and our universe is the result of that. But we don't know if there was a bigger universe, and we don't know. Maybe the Big Bang, let me blow your minds, maybe that was God exploding and creating an atmosphere where, or creating a universe where order automatically corrupts the chaos, where design is a natural part of the order. And maybe as human beings, we are constantly seeking design because we are natural creatures of design. Or maybe everything that I just said was a crock of shit and nobody knows fucking anything because it happened so fucking long ago, our brains cannot fucking conceive it.
Well, cosmologists who specialize in the study of the universe and its origins soon realized that a chance cosmic explosion could never bring about life any more than a nuclear bomb would, unless it was precisely engineered to do so. And that meant a designer must have planned it. They began using words like super intellect, creator, and even supreme being to describe this designer.
Notice that he's saying some cosmetologist. And let me tell you what cosmetologists are coming to this conclusions. The ones that are Christian. You know, through this whole video, he's really quick to point out everything that an atheist scientist says or an agnostic scientist says. But right there, he's like some cosmologists. He's not pointing out who. Why? Because they're Christians that came to that conclusion. And I'm not even going to say that their conclusion is wrong, but it is one conclusion of many conclusions. And that's the point of science. Until you have proven a thing, conclusions are one of many. The science will progress. And science is not to be taken as dictatorship. Science is not to be taken as gospel. Science is ever evolving. The science of today is nothing compared to what the science in 500 years will be. Or even the science of 5 years from now. So what they're doing and what this douchebag is doing is straight up twisting shit to indoctrinate you into their fucking cult.
Why is this? Because the universe is finely tuned for life. Physicists calculated that for life to exist, gravity and the other laws of physics that govern our universe needed to be intricately tuned just right, or our universe couldn't exist.
Yeah, I mean, who the fuck am I to argue with that? I'm just the raging atheist. I'm pretty much a fucking nobody. Go check out my vlog at Life Considered. I'll leave a description in the link below.
And for life to exist, the conditions in our solar system and our own planet also need to be just right.
He's right. They need to be just right. Conditions need to be just right on a planet for life to exist. That's why on some planets, life doesn't fucking exist. He's telling you nothing new here. Nothing fucking new. Nothing new at all, except trying to portray it like this is proof of something it's not proof of. It's not. It's not fucking proof, yo.
So, what are the odds against human life existing by chance from a random explosion in cosmic history? Well, for human life to be possible from a big bang utterly defies the laws of probability. One astronomer calculates the odds at less than one chance in a trillion.
How do you know that? How would you know that? I mean, how would anybody know that? Yeah, we as our best mathematicians might have figured out some equation, but let's step outside of our humanity for a minute and realize that is a human equation, an ant's equation, not even an atom's equation in the scheme of the universe, right? So yeah, I mean, as best as our greatest minds can figure, that might be accurate. But then again, maybe it's not. Because guess what? Creativity can imagine so many things. Stephen Hawking actually has written about the possibility for other universes. And yeah, sure, it's speculation, but how would we ever know? How would we ever know? Because we can only see inside of our own universe. Until we have the ability to see outside of our universe, we'll never know what's outside of our universe. And Hawking speculates that there could be many universes out there, and that maybe it's not so random. Maybe this is just how universes are. Who fucking knows? I don't pretend to know as an atheist, but this guy's pretending to fucking know, isn't he?
In other words, it would be far easier for a blindfolded person in one try to discover one specially marked grain of sand out of all the beaches of the world. Look at it this way. The odds of one random Big Bang producing life as we know it would be like one person winning over 1,000 consecutive Mega Million Dollar lotteries after purchasing only a single ticket for each.
Whose other words? Your other words. See, this dude is straight speculating and trying to call it scientific fact. Now, I don't know the numbers and I don't pretend to know the numbers. But this dude, he's giving you something and feeding it to you like he's talking to you like you're a baby, that you can't understand what he's doing. And sadly, for a lot of you, you fucking can't. And you eat this up like the baby food it is.
There is another discovery, DNA, the language of life. As recent as 1953, molecular biologists discovered intricately complex design in the microscopic world of DNA. This tiny molecule has been called the brains behind each cell in our body, as well as every other living thing. Yet the more they discover about DNA, the more amazed they are at the brilliance behind it.
No shit, Sherlock. That's kind of what science is. You discover new shit and you're fucking amazed at what you just discovered. That's science.
Scientists who believe the material world is all that exists, like Richard Dawkins, argue DNA evolved by natural selection without a creator. Yet even most ardent evolutionists admit that the origin of DNA's intricate complexity is unexplainable.
I mean, I really just don't get how DNA having a design to it is new at all. I don't get how this is an argument for Yahweh being up on that cloud watching me as I beat my meat. It doesn't prove that at all. What it does prove is that things have shapes. They have design. And Adam has a design. Did when we discovered the atom, did that blow your mind? Did that prove you're God? Fuck no, it didn't. Neither does the design to DNA. What it proves is that the universe has design. Now, I'm not going to say that there's not some intelligence. I don't pretend to know. But that intelligence that would have spawned this universe is the God of the universe, not the God of man. You know who the God of man would be? It would be the universe that spawned us. It would be the planet that spawned us. We're not even as significant as an ant is to us, to this super intelligence. We're not that significant. An ant, we can see that ant. This super intelligence can only see the universe. I mean, and I'm speculating in that, but I mean, just some vast mind. Like, do you see the atoms within you? Because that is what we would be in this universe. These arguments prove nothing.
DNA's intricate complexity caused its co-discoverer, Francis Crick, to believe that it could never have originated on Earth naturally. Crick, an evolutionist, believed life is too complex to have originated on Earth and must have come from outer space.
Now, I do plan on really going in depth on the ancient astronaut theory and how I interpret it. So watch out for that video. It might take me a while because that is a complex argument for me. But to hear a Christian say something along those lines, I mean, I'm sure he doesn't mean it the way that I'm interpreting him to mean it, but, yeah, I'll make that argument later.
The coding behind DNA reveals such intelligence that it staggers the imagination. A mere pinhead volume of DNA contains information equivalent to a stack of paperback books that would encircle the Earth 5,000 times.
I mean, seriously, where are you pulling this bullshit from? I've never heard that. I mean, how is it even possible to scale how much information DNA can hold? I'm fairly positive that we don't hardly know shit about DNA yet. We're just still like breaching the surfaces of this science. But let's say that they can scale it. Then how do we know that our instrumentation we're using to scale it is accurate to this minute of a level. We're talking, I mean, you're talking that this is God's code, that this is his language that he used to create us when he created this galaxy first. Oh, wait, I mean, the universe, and then eventually we were here. That's what you're saying.
Many scientists believe that the coding within the DNA molecule points to an intelligence far exceeding what could have occurred by natural causes.
What scientists believe that? Again, through the whole video, he points out Hawking's and he points out all these atheist scientists, right? But why isn't he pointing out these scientists? I mean, can he be any more transparent? He can't be for a person like me, a fucking true skeptic, but for a sheeple, for a fucking evangelical, for somebody who is in an evangelical community but might have struggled with it, and well, what about this science thing? And then they watch this and they're like, you know what? I'm sold. Yahweh's watching me masturbate.
All this scientific evidence leads us to honestly consider that life and the universe have the fingerprints of a creator.
Leads you to consider. This doesn't leave me to consider shit outside the fact that we don't know a goddamn thing about this fucking universe. We're looking at it from a rock way the fuck out here. I mean, we don't even know where the fuck we are in the universe yet. All we know is that there's a shit ton more galaxies than we could have ever imagined. And guess what? All this order to the universe this guy talks about, if you really look at the universe, there's a lot of fucking chaos in it too.
If there is a superintelligent creator, the question arises, what is he like?
There's no way to know, but I'm sure you're gonna fucking tell us.
Is he just some cosmic force like in Star Wars, or is he a personal being like us? Well, since we're personal and relational beings, wouldn't the one who created us also be personal and relational?
You just said he didn't create us. You've been talking this whole video about how he created the universe. He didn't create us, so I mean, why would he be like us? Why wouldn't he be more like the universe?
If God is personal, and since he has given us the ability to communicate, wouldn't we expect him to communicate with us and let us know why we are here?
Again, why would you assume that? I mean, do you make an effort to communicate with the atoms inside every one of your cells? Because that's what we would fucking be to him, wow!
However, since the Bible was right about creation from nothing, might it also be trustworthy regarding God, life, and purpose? 2,000 years ago, a man set foot on our planet who claimed to have the answer to life.
One, the Bible wasn't right about creation. The Bible said that creation happened here in the Milky Way, and we know that that didn't happen. The Bible wasn't right. So no, you cannot trust what it says. You can't. It is a book written by primitive goat herders from a desert in the Mideast 2,000 years ago. Read it like it's fiction, because that's what it is, or it's a less than accurate depiction of events glorified to make something look like something it's not. That's what it is. So no, I can't take that account into any kind of consideration. And then notice, they go right into Jesus Christ. Well, what does Jesus Christ have to do with this science that has proven that, yes, the Big Bang happened. It happened a very long time ago. Jesus Christ was here 2,000 years ago. Yo, he had nothing to do with that shit.
Although his time on earth was brief, his impact changed the world and is still felt today.
This is a whole other video, and I've spoken on it before, and if I haven't, I fucking will. But show me some historical evidence that Jesus ever existed outside of the Holy Bible. Please, I'm waiting for it.
His name is Jesus Christ. The eyewitnesses to Jesus Christ tell us that he continually demonstrated creative power over nature's laws.
He's Jesus Christ, and some other eyewitnesses to Jesus Christ tell us that he liked to fuck Mary of Magdalene and that they were married. And other eyewitnesses of Jesus Christ like to tell us he liked to suck one of his disciples' cock. Oh, but you don't talk about those, do you? Oh, and you don't talk about how he never fucking existed. Like, history shows he's like 4 different dudes from Israel at the time. What the fuck, guys? I mean, it's so easy to combat these fools. But yet the sheeple don't even try. The sheeple just believe this, and they suck people into their cult. Luckily for us, all the numbers show that their cult is dying. So this is a desperation move by these cultists here. And we should rejoice in that. And yet we should not let our guard down. Just because we are winning doesn't mean we cannot be defeated. And that is why I am here talking to you right now. As always, I'm your boy Nakasuchi. This is The Raging Atheist. If you like my videos, hit that thumbs up, share me on your social media, comment in the comment section below, and please subscribe, yo. I'll see you soon.